everybody, one of Wiisdom here, 2:16 in the morning, a late Monday night, early Tuesday, whatever you want to look at it as. That said, you'll note there's something strange going on here, and that is we're doing Golden Queen's Ancient History path, the top path, the primary attack path, whatever you want to call it. But we just wrapped up Dark Golden Queen, took her through the base upgrades, then we came in and we actually took the In My Defense path. I said at the end of that video I would play around with it and see if the turrets could actually be attacked. It turns out that they can. Again, this would be a bigger issue on the higher difficulty you play on, so really the most pressing time would be Nightmare mode. I play on hard with all this stuff just because we haven't unlocked Nightmare mode. In Nightmare mode you can actually get one-shotted, if you will, a lot. So once you unlock it though, I guess that knockback for the turrets would play in a little bit more. However, what I discovered as I was watching the turrets get attacked, if you use the final one, what was it called, Compound Interest, when you're shooting the 4 blades at a time, it basically combines with the knockback, and it has that little shockwave I'd referenced. It just pushes the enemies back. So I think the best way to play with In My Defense, at least in a trying circumstance with a lot of enemies surrounding you as you have in the arena, spawn in the turrets and spam them with the Scarab attack, and you're good to go. That, or you can just, of course, use Royal Treatment, the Soul Gem. If you didn't watch the previous video, I encourage you to do so, but I will showcase Royal Treatment at the end of this one. It's the Soul Gem, not the Sky Chi, and it is pretty fantastic. So, that said, I did go ahead, we completed the arena, and subsequently we have this chest, so bonus action, we get to open it.
New head.
You know what? I'll actually use that, I believe. We got the Lucha Libre. Fantastic. So now we can leave this, awkwardly exit, and maneuver out into the map. So, if you're curious about Golden Queen herself, we did Skylanders Imaginators live research back in early December with Standard Golden Queen and Standard Kingpin, which he's probably who will upgrade next unless I get to stream Thumpin' Moompa Islands, but it just makes sense to do these two starter pack characters together. So we've done her base upgrades, and again, since I took In My Defense with Dark Golden Queen, again, my logic was based on aesthetics. The Scarabs are way more gold, in my opinion, than the turrets, which are kind of a darker. So that's literally what I based it off of. But with that said, we're going to go ahead and switch from DGQ to GQ and think about DQ. So here we go.
Reign Supreme!
Alright, so as you can see, she's got the cash. We've taken her through everything. Just as a quick refresher, I suppose, the primary attack, we're sitting 43 to 65 if you ever do see a critical hit. The secondary attack, we're doing 17 to 26. The Scarabs at this point, with Blinded by Gold, the base upgrade, they get a gold dust. It will slow an enemy 3 seconds. The golden shockwave, the secondary attack we just showcased here, actually turns enemies into a golden statue for roughly 4 seconds. If we defeat enemies when they are a golden statue, which again I can't really showcase here, you have a chance that they drop coins. If they do, it's 19. It's not much, but hey, over time it will add up. And I think that actually catches you up on our base upgrade. So here we are again. Primary attack, secondary attack, 3 seconds slowing them down. The Royal Guard, we didn't cover that, but the turrets, which we just showcased in great detail within My Defense, as it stands right now as a base upgrade, you get 11 seconds of the turret, 19 hits, assuming there's an enemy constantly on the screen it can attack, 17 to 26. It's a pretty nice little add-on to have. Golden Opportunity, again, we covered that. You just get cash, and then right there, the Scarabs and the turrets do more damage. This is what took the Scarabs to 43 to 65, and the turrets from 1726 up to 26 to 39. So, if we come in here, In My Defense, we showcased that with Dark Golden Queen. If you missed that video, be sure to go back and check it out. Improve your defenses with upgrades to the guard turret. that's a pretty impressive path. I don't know that it will be the popular choice, but based on my experience with it in the arena, it's basically, as I described before that, it's going to be something that just eradicates anything and everything that you face. That's it. Ancient history here. Strengthen your winged scarabs for hands-on action. That's what we're going to go ahead and do now. We'll select that, and let's come in. 1700 will get us started with Colossal Scarab. Hold X to grow a larger and more powerful scarab. So, what I'm interested in is making sure that we still are dealing 43 to 65 and can spam them, and that is the case. Fantastic. So, how long do we have to hold it? Ooh. Oh, and she's a machine. Does it do damage? No, it does not. The ones were actually from the coins getting picked up. So let's dispatch it this way. Incredible range on that bad boy. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3. Basically 3 seconds. Could it possibly be dubbed as 2? It's kind of like... Okay, so like if you don't factor in this part, it's 2 seconds, but if just from doing nothing, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, I feel like 2.5 to 3, ooh, 2.5 to 3 seconds. Let's see if it pierces through enemies. Whoa, 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 whoa. So is it going to be a timed thing? That's going to complicate crud. Oh, so you can fire it prematurely. So 112, it will pierce enemies, so just like a 1 second hold, we'll call it. Alright, let's get this going. So 1 second equals 112, half of that is going to be, what, 56? So that would be 168 on the critical. A 2 second hold is going to be, I'm hoping it maxes out at 3 seconds, but we'll, just for the sake of the spreadsheet, really. 112. 142. I've seen a 137, didn't I? 127. Frickin' A. You know what? Maybe it goes up by 15. So we'll call 2 seconds at 127. Half of that would be 60. Dun-dun-dun. 3.5, right? Yeah, which would be 64. So 127, 131, 191, I guess. 3 seconds. I'm thinking is going to be 142 following our math. So 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi.
Nice!
Dadgum, it's a 152. Alright. 137. Come on, dude. Come on. You know what? I won't even put time frames with this. I'll just put the stupid spreadsheet is frozen. Okay, everything's fine. I thought Windows was doing updates or something. It's a terrible feeling. This ruins so many of my videos. You know what? I'm not even going to do the crits here. We'll just see how many different numbers we can get. So 112 seems to be the lowest. 137. 112. 127. So 112, 127. 132. Come on. It's like, really, dude? 132, and then we know there's a 137. Is there a 122? Is there a 117 and a 122 that we're just missing somehow? No? Oh, this is nuts. Alright, let's... You know what? I'm not counting the time here. I just want to see if this isn't like way up close to 200 by now. Okay, 152 is going to be the maximum. I feel pretty good about that. So 137. Did I ever see a 142? I think we did. 152. You know what? It doesn't really matter much. Basically what you need to know is if you spam it, you do 43. If you hold it, you'll do more damage than that with a maximum of 152. And it'll pierce enemies. So, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Yeah, 3 seconds, you've got it. So, 3-second hold. Maxes at 152. Half of that is going to be, what, 76, right? 70, 140, 146, 152. So 152 and 6, 158. 228, I guess. So basically, anytime that you hold your primary and you shoot a bigger scarab, you're going to do somewhere from 112 to 168, all the way up to 152 to 228. How about that? I think that's about all we need to go into detail. But again, I've seen 27, 127, 132, 137. I felt like I'd seen 142 earlier on that we didn't jot down. But basically, again, if you hold it for 3 seconds, you're going to spawn off something that'll do 152. Oh, wow, the critical. So 152 to 228, as you can see from this tutorial. So after that, it's worth its weight. Oh no, winged scarabs now deal more damage. Now that says winged and not colossal. I would assume it would apply to colossal. For the sake of the spreadsheet in this late night, I kind of hope it's just winged. But we'll find out. So 43 to 65, which was pretty salty. 54. You know what? I'll take that. Half of 54, 27, 54, and 27. You should know these numbers. 81. And will Golden Queen ever bestow upon us a critical hit at 81? Or will we just stand here spamming this constantly, talking about how great critical hits are? Which is something I never say. We got 2 in a row. Fantastic. So like it's 1 in 100, essentially. Scarabs equal 54 to 81. Now, let's just quick shot one. And if it does more than 112, it did not. Dun, 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 dun. So this should be a 152. Boom. So we were correct. It only treated the winged scarabs, not the colossal. So scarabs 54 to 81. No increase to colossal scarabs. Fantastic. Look at us go. That would have been crazy. I mean, it would have been cool, and it kind of seems like it should increase it. But for the sake of us having to try and figure out all the numbers, I'll take it at this 2:30 in the morning time. Final upgrade, believe it or not, down the ancient history upgrade path. Gold Rush. Colossal scarabs now release a wave of gold dust that causes additional damage for a short time. The larger your scarab, the greater the wave. So this is where all the 112, 127, 132, 137, 152 comes into play, because now we get to have the joyous occasion of trying to assign that with a gold rush damage interval, which is going to be ridiculous, but should be cool. So we'll wait for that to dissipate, and the wing scarabs themselves, they get nothing. They're still doing just the 3 seconds of slowness, which is cool by me. So that should be a 112. It is. Ooh, salty. Let's 1, 2, 3. So we got 3 out of that. Yeah, I realize it's doing damage to the other dummy. I'm only focusing on the singular dummy. So Gold Rush, Colossal Scarabs, leave Gold Dust, DOT for damage over time. 112 is equal to 10 to 15, 3x. Right, let's make sure. Oh, that was a bigger one, dang it. So that's going to be 12. Wait. It's 12? I'm getting tired. Let me shoot him over here. Okay. Well, that's a pretty cool aesthetic there, I got to admit. So here we go. Instant shot. So 3. 12 to 18 3 times. Alright, that's fine. 12 to 18. Now, let's see. We have to pay attention to the scarab to denote the damage and then the damage over time. So that was the 112 variety. Okay. 117, which now we've seen that. I thought we had it earlier, and it turns out we did. 117 was still 12 to 18 3 times. So 122. Can we get that one? That was the 112 version. Really? So 122. Three? That was the maximum. The 152. I just found this guy out here. Okay.
I am flawless
Question.
like a diamond, but better.
Colossal Scarab now release a wave of gold dust. Larger your scarab. Okay, so the greater the wave. Here's what I take from that. And the good news is we get to simplify this because we're doing 12 to 18 every time for 3 times. So, now leave gold dust. 12 to 18 3 times. Let me tell you what I thought this meant. I thought this meant the 112, the first held Colossal Scarab, I figured it would do 12 to 18. And then when we got to 137, it would be doing 15, right? To 23. And then when we got to the 152, the maxed out Colossal Scarab at 152 to 228, I thought its wave, instead of doing 12 to 18, might be doing, say, 20 to 30. I think what they mean by this is it's going to be the length of the wave, basically. So the smallest scarab at 112, the colossal one, it's going to have like a tiny, tiny wave. And then the 152 is going to basically cover the screen, is the way I'm perceiving this now. So case in point, there's just your spammable scarabs. There's no wave at all, just kind of a nice little gold trail. If we go for a low-end one, basically releasing as soon as it's there, note it's sort of just like a small V-shape. Case in point, if you use Mags as the reference point, it basically goes from where she's at by the well to the stone lining on the other side of the cobblestone path. Now I'm going to hold it down. We're going to go for the biggest colossal scarab that does 152 damage, and we will compare the shape of the V. So we've got our 3-second hold here. The giant colossal scarab is ready to go. And yeah, that's basically going from the other side of the well to basically the blue entry pad on that house. So that's what they mean by the wave. So where the little tiny guy, you know, if you shoot it off, it might just hit this guy at 12 to 18. The bigger one's going to land both of these. If we had a horde of enemies, the tiny one might hit these two, and then a big one would hit those two, the two in the middle, and the two over here. Add an additional 12 to 18 3 times, which that's going to be 36 to 54 per enemy hit, which that's not a bad deal. That's pretty cool, in fact. So what's left now is perhaps the coolest thing Golden Queen has, and it's not the Sky Chi. It is the Soul freaking Gem, man. Where was this thing? Was it in the Earth Realm, I'm thinking? Alright, it is called Royal Treatment. It is worth every penny of the 4,000 they want for it. You hold B to transform into Giant Queen. X smashes the ground, and Y shoots eye lasers. You do not want to skip this one. So here's our good old tried and true secondary attack, which I still love and sort of wish had been addressed somewhere in one of these two paths. The saving grace for it is you do this. Yeah, this this should look familiar because it's basically the boss fight from Trap Team, right? The craziest thing about this, if you're like, oh man, she's slow, this is weak, you're just going to pop up out of the ground and waste it. She can stay like this perpetually. Now, I haven't tried it for forever, but I've been in the ground long enough to know this chick can basically stay like this for as long as you would ever want to. On the flip side of that, the fist smash, which looks like this, 172 to 258. Which, there you can get a good feel for that if you start spamming it. This is about as fast as she can wail away at them. It's pretty insane. The eye lasers, alright, we're going to press our tertiary button. She can rapid fire them pretty good, and they're 52 to 78. The range on them is also fantastic. Basically, she can go coast to coast. As far as I can get away from this guy and still see him, she will hone in on him. And the craziest thing is we've been in this, we've been doing all sorts of damage, all sorts of attacks, mixing it up. She doesn't time out of it. She just stays like this. And that is pretty crazy. The 172 alone, I realize, there's other ways of going about doing this kind of damage, but just the uniqueness of this, I guess, is what I like. Now, I will say, she's very susceptible to damage if you've got either quick enemies, maybe some ranged enemies like spell punks or archers, and similarly just a horde of enemies. If she's over here smashing away at a rat, and you've got just garden variety crud behind you, you'll take some damage, but I mean, a couple of whacks and she's back in business. So obviously, level 1 with only 270 health, that's somewhat of an issue. If you get your Golden Queen up level 5 or higher, I don't think you're going to have any issues milking this for as much as you want to. Only time it would really be a problem is going to be in Nightmare mode. And everything in Nightmare mode is kind of a problem just because of the ferocity at which enemies come at you and the attack damage they do. But that's a crazy good soul gem right there. So what I need to do now is showcase the Sky Chi. And I guess we'll go in here to do it. We can sort of get a better look at everything with the real dummies.
Skylander.
So, I don't know. Ancient history, obviously, if you love spamming the scarabs, this is the route to go. Really, the biggest thing for that is just the 54 to 81. You jump up from 43 to 54. If you're spamming it, every once in a while, you probably will hold it down. And that, of course, will give you access to the Colossal Scarab. And then again, with Gold Rush, you get the damage over time. I have to say, this will probably not be a popular opinion, but if I just had one Golden Queen and I wasn't like a huge fan of either one and I just wanted to go about it based on numerics, I don't think you can go wrong with In My Defense, the path we took for Dark Golden Queen. And I realize a lot of people are going to be like, oh, yeah, but the Scarabs, man, they're so awesome. Yeah, they're okay, but if you're turned off by Scarabs, if you're not... Oh, that Gold Rush looks so cool here. Sorry, Eon. Got some sand in your eyes, bro. I guess he's a hologram, so it doesn't matter. But In My Defense, I think that would be the path that I would give my seal of approval to. That said, this one's going to be pretty cool. Still 3 seconds there, but I mean, just spamming these, you eradicate them pretty quickly. If I do this, the Sands of Time, yeah, you get the feel for it. I mean, it's nice. Let's get several of these guys in here, and I'll position myself here. Gonna hold this now. One or two of these will probably get hit by the Scarab, but everyone will experience the wave of dust, except for that guy. Well, actually, they all got knocked back. So that's pretty cool, I got to admit. And that's about it for this path. That's really all that it added. So again, you've just got the base turret to work with there. When I shoot it, it does nothing, which is so sad after having In My Defense. But the main thing, let's face it, okay, if you come in here and you get your 4 dummies, and I come in and I hold B, we turn them into statues. Oh, she pops up at 104. Cool, I need to log that. Yeah. This is so great. So royal treatment's even better than I knew. I can use perpetually. I'll just put Arise at 104, half of that 52, so 156. So when she pops up, 104 to 156, and then Fist Smash and Fist Smash, not Fish Smash. Let me come in here and showcase this for you, though. The eye lasers. Let's see if we... How long will it take to eradicate these guys? Not long. It's about 4 hits apiece. You get the idea. Basically, this thing is OP. It's ridiculous. It's awesome. It's a great tribute to the Golden Queen and what we all remember about her. And I've got to say, she does look pretty good in green. You know, with the green accents here, the emerald, if you will. So, one more thing, though, and that is the Sky Chi. So let's take a look at it. Sky Chi power Scarab Swarm. Ultimate Sensei attack. Right trigger summons and controls a massive swarm of scarabs. So, we're back out of there. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And with that, it's Sky Chi time. So 46 to 69, 4 to 6, blah, blah, blah.
That was what I call getting the royal treatment.
Yeah. She's pretty solid. What can we say? Interestingly, she says, that's what I call getting the royal treatment. And yet, her soul gem is called Royal Treatment, and the Sky Chi is called Scarab Swarm. Interesting little dissection there. That said, man, I think she's pretty solid down either path. Personally, my play style, what appeals to me the most, in my defense with the turrets. The scarabs are probably more quote-unquote Golden Queen, but hey, I'm pretty content with those turrets there. So what I'm curious now is, which path did you pick and why? Assuming you've just got one Golden Queen, you've seen both paths here, maybe you took In My Defense and you've never seen Ancient History, or maybe you took this path, you'd never seen In My Defense. Based on what you now know, which path would you take for Golden Queen? Also on that note, if you have 2 Golden Queens, if you have Standard and Dark, which path did you assign to which Golden Queen and why? Just kind of one of those things I like to kind of keep tabs on what people are thinking. That said, I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please leave a like. Your support is appreciated. And apparently it helps me with all the newfangled YouTube mamma jamma algorithm non-scientific monkeys in the lab stuff. But Wiisdom.com is a personal site. SkylanderClub.com is a forum. Very, very soon I will be posting all the spreadsheets. I'll make comprehensive posts on every single character. It will be what I hope to be the definitive authority in place that people go to get information on Skylanders Imaginators. I've got lots of cool polls on the Skylander Club forum, including Golden Queen versus Dark Golden Queen. Which one do you think looks better? If you're into that sort of thing, check out the poll section. Anyone can vote. You do not have to be registered to vote, so take advantage of that. That said, make sure you follow me on Twitter. I will always tweet before I go live. That said, I've pulled a all-nighter here. We've cranked out 3 videos on Golden Queen, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Kingpin is up next, unless I somehow get off and have time to do a live stream. If I do, it'll be Thumpin' Whoop Islands. Again, follow me on Twitter. Whether I'm streaming on Mixer, Twitch, or YouTube, I will always tweet before I go live. That said, I've got to edit these bad boys, so I'm going to do that. I've got to get a drink of water, kind of losing my voice. But hopefully you enjoyed. And for myself and the Golden Queen, we thank you for watching. And we'll catch you back here for the next installment of Skylanders Research. Adios.